Special issues. Counselor Smith.
Here.
Counselor Gear.
Here.
Counselor Allemond.
Here.
Counselor Sims.
Here.
Counselor Andrus. Here. All present.
Got everybody accounted for? Can I get a motion to dispense with the reading and approve the minutes?
So moved.
All right, motion for Ms. Andrus. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second for Ms. Gear. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, 5-0. We have no old business. Moving to new business, and I'm going to take an item out of order. 080423, request for consideration to permit use of City Hall Plaza for summer and fall tournaments by Cornhole BHM, a social cornhole league. It says Don Pietroponi, but it is actually his lovely wife.
I'm glad you could say that one, because
Pietroponi. I feel like I just want to say that a lot. Okay, you want to come up and just give us the dates, because I think that's what we just, y'all have to come back and just tell us what y'all's dates are for the next season.
hey, do you want to sign in here?
Oh, yes, and so, please.
Do you want my address? I must be the street. No. Carlos, please confirm it doesn't matter the situation.
No, this is cornhole. This isn't vault. That's next. Vault's next.
I'm excited.
Okay, I'm here for Will and Sam Pietrantoni, the owners of Cornhole BHM. Last spring, they y'all granted them to use the plaza. They had approximately 30 players that played out here. I do have some pictures on my phone if anybody would like to see them. They set up between 5 and 8 and 1 day a week, and Soho sponsored them. And so while they were waiting until Soho Taco opened, and they've made initial contact with them but are waiting to confirm for sure until they get approval from you. They would like to come and do 2 6-week seasons. It'd be 1 night a week.
Do we know which night?
You know what night?
Well, I'm gonna guess right now. Last year, Soho picked Tuesday. I will say that usually the location picks, because they want to pick a night that is their slowest night because it brings people in. So I'm going to guess it would be Tuesday or Wednesday.
And that's fine, as long, because Monday probably wouldn't be ideal, although I think that weren't
think
they
you guys were
on
on
one
Monday,
one
yeah.
night y'all were on
I
Mondays.
think one time they did do it on
Yeah, because we
Monday.
would come out from city council and they would be down there.
Right.
But I think typically Tuesday's not the most.
So y'all would prefer Tuesday if you approve it?
I think Tuesday's fine. And so the two 6-week seasons, and this is for summer and fall. So when would the summer season start?
Approximately June 1st.
Okay.
We run 6 weeks.
Okay.
The next season would start approximately November, end by the holidays. Now, again, this is contingent on what happens is then Cornhole works with Soho and all the surrounding areas. Then they start promoting it. And if there's not a minimum of 10 teams, which would be at the very minimum 20 people, then it doesn't work. It doesn't work, and they wait and maybe try it again on another season.
Okay.
Let
Okay.
me you mentioned November to the holidays. That Tuesday night, we always have the holiday parade. It's a December night.
See, the problem is not knowing a schedule is that we have commitments to other folks who come and want to use the plaza too.
Right.
So we need to have at least some notice of what night it's going to be.
Yeah. Do we know, like, what are our commitments to this point? Do we know?
Well, we have to give, was it 30 days? Well, 10 days. 10 days, yes.
Okay. Do we have like stuff scheduled right now?
Tuesday until.
Well, you could just tell us the day.
Yeah.
We could tell
I mean, I
Soho
think-
the day.
Tuesday.
so you go to Mayo and the.
Okay. Yeah, and they're not
And
starting by
we
then
wouldn't be
anyway.
starting then anyway.
But not.
And they wouldn't do it July
December
4th
maybe
because
second
that's
Tuesday.
usually a big
Yeah.
Yeah.
holiday in the
I
cities.
mean, that Tuesday is going to be.
Yeah, because and what Jennifer's talking about is for the holiday parade. The Christmas parade ends at the plaza, and there's generally
There's
like
no
the
way you could
tree.
set anything
They've
up
got
there.
a
Right.
the
Well,
big
and
set up.
that
so-
could easily be a night that they don't have it.
Yeah.
Well, between now and next Monday night, just give us your schedule.
Yeah. If y'all can talk to, and I mean, if Tuesday night works for y'all and the boys are good with that, and that seems like a good time, but you just mentioned, because it's usually like December 3rd, 4th,
That first
whatever.
Tuesday in
The first
December.
Tuesday in December.
Okay.
It's the 6th, it's the 6th this year. Mention to them that might be, and so they might say, well, we really want to keep having it in December, so we'll move to Wednesday night or whatever.
Yeah, it's very flexible.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
you
yeah,
just
yeah.
send out, I mean, I'm not minimizing it, but it is cornhole.
Right. We're not having the Olympics.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, but if you could maybe before next Monday when we actually move it out to full council.
Okay.
Just kind of nail down what date y'all think y'all want.
Okay.
Day that y'all want, and then know that y'all, so that the summer season would start on 6/1, June 1st, and I know this is contingent on getting the teams to play, and then the fall season would start on 11/1.
About then.
Okay, and I mean, y'all could, if y'all wanted to, like, back it up to, like, end of October,
just
so that
come-
maybe you
come with
avoid that.
specific
Yeah, come with
dates.
some specific dates for that, taking that first Tuesday into consideration in December, and then we can address all that then, too.
Okay, and then I think cornhole pays $100 to,
I think that's right. I think that's, in the past, that's exactly what y'all done, and I think there is a contract, right?
There is, but we just need to put all the.
To update the information, yeah, and I think John was supposed, when we.
well,
made
we
the
didn't
decision-
want to, I guess we didn't want to put the cart before the horse. We didn't want to get the restaurants to say, okay, we want to do this, and then us start advertising, and then y'all not approve it.
Yeah.
So it was kind of,
Yeah, so now.
So now we're there, so get the dates and please just tell us what dates you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that, because if we move this out of committee with an approval, it'll go to council on Monday night.
Next
So you'll have-
Monday.
Yes, yeah. And if you can come with your dates that you want, then we can get that taken care of
If
when
you
we're
could let
there.
Wyatt know when you determine those, so we can change the contract.
Yeah. You
Okay.
can just sheet the dates to Wyatt in advance of Monday night, and then that way we could put those into the contract, so the contract could be ready to be signed.
okay, and just out of curiosity, would you prefer not a Monday night since you meet on Mondays?
I mean,
No, Monday night's good, actually. We're trying to get more people down here in City Hall on Mondays. Normally people scatter when we have meetings. So let's get
I mean,
people
Monday
down
night
here.
really. I mean, I don't remember there ever being a problem with
There's
it,
never
because I remember
been
coming out from
crowded at
and then
all.
being down there. I don't think Mondays. an
Well, I mean,
issue.
we could just go ahead and tell you that we'll do it Monday, and we can just tell Soho that we can get approval on a Monday.
Okay.
That's pretty easy.
Okay,
Love it.
all right, okay. Awesome, okay, so, the motion, I need a motion.
Motion dependent on a schedule being produced for approval on that schedule.
Okay, all
Whatever
right.
that schedule may be.
Whatever the schedule
When
may be.
it is
Okay.
produced.
Yeah, okay, all right. So motion from Ms. Andrus.
Second.
Second from Ms. Gear. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, that's 5-0, so that will be in council next Monday night.
Okay, so just so I'm clear, I'm not normally doing this.
Yeah.
Someone needs to be here next Monday night and make sure that we're doing it on a Monday and give you the exact date.
Yes, and you can shoot those dates in advance to Wyatt. You can just
Okay.
email those to him, and that way we can have the contract ready to go with those dates.
Okay, and then Sam and Will, the owners,
Yeah.
will be doing it.
Yeah.
And they'll be on site, and so they will not ask for, one time y'all helped them and they stored the boards here. They're gonna truck them in and out.
Okay, yeah, I remember that changing.
Yeah.
The second time that they were just taking those with them every time they go.
Right.
Yes. Okay. Perfect.
Okay,
All right.
thank
Well,
you.
we'll see y'all next Monday. All right. Next, I'm going to take 090423, which is request to use Plaza for street vault competition on July 8th, 2023, from Chris Spear and Mr. Bischoff. And we have Mr. Spear here. You want to just come on up, and if you don't mind, there's a sheet. There's a sign-in sheet over there.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'll hand them out. Sure. And then we've
they're
got
2 pages.
we've got the videos and the diagram.
Well, we might as well start with the video because I don't think a lot of y'all understand what this is just straight up. So, could we actually start with the video?
Yeah. I guess show them both. One's daytime and one's nighttime.
Yeah, it's.
Just send me that second page. It's 2 pages, I'm sorry.
We don't have audio, but it's just visual is really the most important thing. Yeah.
It's just what it is. It's pole vaulting in the street.
Yeah, the audio is really not important.
Ooh, wow, ooh, so exciting.
And then there's another video. Well,
Yeah, you want to do with the one with the nighttime one?
yeah, that's it's a cool kind of just backdrop.
Yeah, yeah,
You,
yeah.
Chris Spear?
Mindy's daughter is vaulting for Auburn.
Are you with
Just
the
graduated.
organization or just in
Peak Athletics. That's my club team.
Peak?
Peak, P-E-A-K.
There we go.
And this is our boy out of Scottsboro. That's
Wow.
Scottsboro.
That's 18. That's 18
We're
feet.
under us.
Yeah.
Okay. So, my name is Chris Spear. I run Peak Athletics. It's a pole vaulting development group based out of Pelham. I've been helping put on this event down in Dolphin Street for, well, this will be our 12th year hosting it. So, I'm not the director of this event. I'm on the board of directors for this event.
You don't have to play anymore.
Was that-
Strong's just watching it like entranced.
Yeah, we can just keep going. But we've been doing this every year, and since then it's grown and grown and grown. And I've always wanted to host one in this area. Obviously, Mobile's a long way.
Raising
It's
the
not
bar
mine.
every time.
Right.
Good one.
And so we're looking to do one here, and we think the plaza is a great location. With Soho Social Taco right there, it's already kind of a gathering place for this city anyway, and it's large enough for us to host the event for 150 kids plus. So other than that,
How often does that happen?
say
How often? Once?
just once a year.
July, right?
Once.
July.
It'd be July 8th
July
is
the
our
8th.
proposed date. Like I said, we've been doing it this will be our 12th year down in Mobile, and just kind of learning with the ups and downs and the headaches of putting it up and tearing it down and all that stuff. We do set up the night before, so if that is at all possible, that would be wonderful. If it is approved, of course. But we'd be doing it all day. It'd start 8 in the morning, and we would go until we finished. It's proposed to be done by 9:30. So it's just kind of an event for everything from beginners all the way up to the very experienced.
And just for a little background, Mindy Walden brought this idea to us. Her daughter Brooke is going to be a pole vaulter for Auburn, and she is part of Chris's club. And so they've been doing, like we said, been doing this down in Mobile for a long time, and wanted to do something closer to home because there's a lot of kids on the team that are here. And JJ kind of took on the onus of making sure that this would actually work, because they can't be anywhere where there's anything overhead,
Yes.
that could be that could be
Power
hit.
lines.
Yeah,
Power
power
lines are the
lines
big
and
one.
such.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the worst. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and out here in the plaza, it is obviously clear above. And then they do have vendors, right? There's
Well, we've talked about putting vendors registration, obviously for the making sure everybody's signed in and
Right.
shirts and stuff like that. DJ, and then we've obviously, like, I think I can't remember who I talked to, but they were talking about putting kiosks out for their stuff there. So.
okay, and so just to point this out, they also have their own insurance policy.
Yes.
they
we-
do.
Yeah.
That was obviously.
I already asked that one.
Yes, that's really the first question to
Yeah.
ask.
That's my
is,
first
Are you covered by
Actually,
insurance? Yes,
two
they
forms
are.
of insurance if it makes you feel any better.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, the athletes will have our own insurance on the athletes, and we have also event insurance as well. So it'd be for both.
My real question is, do you need Rosewood Hall as well for two reasons? One, to ensure that no other event goes on there that day while you got all this, and you're not competing. And two, do you need an air-conditioned space?
We don't have to have an air conditioned space. We don't in Mobile. Most people, they want to get out of the thing. They go to a restaurant. They go find a place to get away for a few minutes to go get out of the heat. That's what we do down in Mobile. As far as an event, I don't know. I didn't consider that. I didn't even know y'all held events downstairs.
Yeah, we
Okay.
do. That can be rented out as well. So,
Your advertisement said you'd have 150 to 200 athletes.
Yes.
From literally 8 to 10:30 at night.
8 to 9:30 is the proposed time, but it might go. I mean, that's why I've kind of built in a buffer, because I think I was told 11 is the cutoff.
Yeah, for noise.
Because
Yeah.
so I built in a buffer just to make sure.
Chris, explain how the lower heights start in the beginning and
Yeah.
work your way up to
Yeah.
the higher heights.
So obviously it works up. We build up to the crescendo at the end. We start with the youngest athletes, and they start early in the morning,
And then you get 18 feet.
and then we get knucklehead, like him that jumps 18 feet. So last year we had 3 guys attempting 18 feet. So it was really fun to kind of end with what is deemed the elite bar, or what would considered Olympic level. And he's only in high school, so it's but he's number 10 all time in Alabama, not in Alabama, in the U.S. period in high school.
Wow.
So it's we've been very fortunate to have very good athletes in this area. Right now, what do we have? 5 or 6? 6 now in the top 50.
What's the plus code?
Ham.
Ham.
HAMM.
Okay.
So, but right now we have 6 athletes in the state of Alabama in the top 50 in pole vault, so in the nation. So
Can I speak on a spectator perspective?
yes.
Sure, yeah, and if you don't mind,
Okay,
maybe,
sure.
sign in.
Okay.
What's the highest you've ever gone?
My name is
79 was the highest ever. So
my name
he
is
outjumped
Mindy
me.
Walden, and my daughter, like we said, works with Chris and is currently a Homewood High School athlete and is going to go to Auburn. And so this event we've attended, I guess, 4 summers in a row, and it is just really fun. It's probably our most favorite event we do, mainly because it's only pole vaulters, which that very rarely happens in track and field. And pole vaulting is such a unique thing that it draws a crowd. And so I think that, as people see what's going on during the day, especially this first year, they will realize that, oh my gosh, this is so cool. This is super fun. So it could be good for Jax. It could be good for Soho, all the Soho stuff. Everything around here, people walking to during the day. The kids typically do hang out a good portion of the day, whether they're, a lower height vaulter to a higher height vaulter. It's just a fun, super cool event that would be really awesome for Homewood. Birmingham doesn't want it, so we would love for Homewood to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Was it money? Too much money?
They wanted $9,000
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
permit.
Really?
Yeah,
It
so.
was ridiculous.
Our facility.
Was that?
You're gonna have to have, I'm sorry to bother, step in, you're gonna have bathrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the only thing we were trying to figure out was bathrooms in this area.
Restaurant bathrooms are.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that might be, and I don't know, I can't tell you what.
Yeah, we're sort of bleeding over into Rosewood Hall is the issue.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, the easy thing is to
Just rent that.
rent Rosewood Hall and get to use the plaza
And then have the
Right, I mean,
bathrooms.
that would be the easy thing. I don't know what we charge for Rosewood Hall.
Yeah, I
quite
don't,
frankly, but-
JJ, do you know currently?
Probably 3 or 4,000.
Yeah.
2 to 4.
We're near 29,000.
Yeah, it's not 29.
not 29.
Yeah, that was when they gave me that number. I was like,
I mean, this is a for-profit event, right?
we will. Yeah, eventually, it will not make money the first probably 2 or 3 years. We're hoping just to maybe break even, maybe
What's your registration for your participant?
$75. But we're looking to get more sponsors. We've already started kind of looking to get
You'll make
that.
money.
I don't think you understand how expensive the equipment is.
Well, I thought you were gonna get equipment from Mobile free.
No, I've got one runway from Mobile for free. I'm having to supply the rest on my own. So,
But that might, and what that would also do is prevent another event from booking
It
Rosewood
solves a
Hall.
lot of problems,
Yeah.
to do it that way.
okay.
Because
Right.
if somebody booked like a wedding reception that day, which they do post those.
Okay.
I mean, essentially, when you have that activity on the plaza, you kill Rosewood Hall.
Right.
It would not be rented. It can't be.
Yeah, it would.
So we need to rent Rosewood Hall.
Probably, and
Yeah.
that would just give you access to all those bathrooms down there and the air conditioning and a space for the kids if they wanted to get out and eat
Vendors,
and go.
lots of vendors.
And yeah,
Right.
you could put, I mean, yeah, you could put.
Or for
vendors.
example, if, a thunderstorm popped up in the
Right.
middle of summer, you're gonna have space inside that you can run everyone in if you
Yeah.
need to, or, it just seems to me that sort of solves all the problems if
Yeah.
you do that.
Okay.
And that's an easy agreement because we've already got one of those in place, that we can forward to you, and then you've already got the insurance, so that I know that JJ or someone talked to you about, so I think that would probably be the easiest thing and cover everything.
Okay.
And related to that, just
All right.
just out of curiosity, Would the city of Homewood be, at this time, for use of the plaza, be noted in any sponsorships? You've mentioned the sponsorships, and if not, like, what are those levels for sponsorship?
If you would like, I can email that to you. That's a little bit easier, but we have.
No, that's fine. I
Okay.
just think that in the discussion as it progresses, as the rates for Rosewood Hall are determined, possibly, if you're looking to minimize budget, maybe, in-kind sponsorship for the city with some, the additional amount paid for Rosewood Hall rentals, maybe something, just be smart to look through all of that to make sure, that we can hopefully help you host this event. That's all I was gonna say.
Okay. Yeah, I'll send it to JJ, and that way.
And it may not be an option, but I would just send it, in consideration.
Okay.
Because we don't even know the amount for Rosewood Hall right now.
Yeah, but we can find that out before Monday
The
night.
rate's what it is, it was published.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah. We can find that out before Monday night and let you know.
I'll get it on there.
All right.
And you can look as you leave and see what.
Yeah, you can see with it, because it's down there on the first floor, like that's, yeah.
Well, I would make a motion to approve use of Rosewood Hall and the plaza with that
Okay.
for this event on the
Okay,
slide.
all right, I have a motion for Ms. Anderson, a second for Mr. Alamon. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, 5-0. Okay, so that will be for final approval with the full council next Monday night at 6 o'clock next door. Okay.
Would it be okay if Miss Walden's here for that?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Unfortunately, we have state coming up.
Oh, yeah, you kind of need to go
Kinda
coach
need to
some
coach
people?
kids,
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
so.
100%. Yeah, that's fine, if Mindy comes. Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank y'all. Okay, going back to the top, 060423, request for consideration to vacate a portion of unnamed city right-of-way adjacent to 328 Redfern Street. David Mitchell, Wyatt Pugh. Mr. Pugh?
Yes. Mr. Mitchell is here. He's requesting to vacate a portion of right-of-way directly behind his house. The right-of-way was built over many, many years ago. The pool deck actually took in the right-of-way. It's a 10-foot alley back there, paper alley,
Okay.
inaccessible.
Oh, it's inaccessible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Salter Road, Broadway, and when you come around the curve, it's right above you.
Oh, up on, got it. Okay.
So, this is his property.
Okay.
And this is the little portion of right of way he's requesting.
Is this the yellow house? Yellow house up on the hill? Okay. Okay.
He's gone through the process of getting the petition and created the declaration of vacation. So, now it's just a matter of whether or not he will vacate.
We have to advertise this for 30 days.
Okay,
Give
before we
notice to everybody that touches that alley.
and then we have to have a public hearing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Based on if you approve it tonight, you go down next Monday night. The first time you can have the publication will be June the 12th.
Okay. All right.
And
And
it
then
posts for 30 days.
yeah.
You have to have at least 30 days notice.
So no, without recommendation.
Yeah, well, yes, but let me clear, so when we do a vacation, remind me, the math is based on the square footage of the piece of property?
Yeah.
Well, let's figure that out.
Yeah, if you'll go to the second page, Brian, we're looking at 328 Redfern, and then on the backside, 940 Mountain Ridge Drive. I've copied these directly off of the tax assessor's website. This one comes out to $3 a square foot, this one 50 cents.
Okay.
So that comes to an average of 175.
Okay.
The piece of property he's requesting is 1,186.09 square feet times 175, we're looking at $2,000.
Okay, all right. Thank you for figuring that out. Appreciate that. And so, yeah, Jennifer asked, I guess the appropriate motion is to send this out without recommendation pending setting the public hearing.
Set a public hearing for June the 12th.
Okay, okay,
So we have to advertise.
okay,
Send it out to set a public hearing.
okay, okay.
And if you want to go ahead and send it out pending that.
Yeah,
public hearing,
yeah.
So you don't have to leave it.
Have to come back, yeah, because there's really no reason to keep it here. Okay, so motion to send out without recommendation pending the public hearing, which we will set for June the 12th.
Second.
All right, motion from Ms. Andrews, second from Mr. Alamon. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, 5-0, that is approved. So really, I don't think you need to probably come next Monday because all we're gonna do next Monday is set the public hearing officially for June the 12th. But then for the June 12th, obviously you would wanna come back for that. for the public hearing. All right. Okay, final item, 070423, request for consideration of abolishing the cable commission from Ms. Anders and Mr. Jones.
So,
All
Mr.
right.
Jones had brought
Abolishing,
this
that
to,
feels
I
so
know,
powerful.
no more. Mr. Jones had brought this up a few years ago.
Defund the cable commission.
And at the time, we had a lot of people that were still on the commission, and so we decided as a council to let their terms expire.
Uh-huh.
And so I've sent the document to Brian to show everybody that the last person is the Ward 5 person. He expires next month, May 2022. He's actually the one that brought this to my attention. This board never meets. The chair, he thinks, has moved
I
out of
haven't
Homewood.
expired, by the way.
Right. Well, I reached out
Glad you
to
have.
Alex and Mr. Kendrick. Mr. Kendrick said, quote, "We are not required to have the cable commission based on changes in cable TV regulations by the city. Their only function was and can be to receive complaints with no real teeth to resolve. Now, the customer service standards and actions are generally regulated and controlled by federal law."
The Cable TV Act changed
Everything.
15 years ago. Essentially, all that's regulated now by the federal
FCC.
FCC,
So
yeah.
it's really not, at one point, it was a very active board, and we had several ethics complaints. So it's just not something that they carry out a continuing purpose under the federal law.
Okay, so what did you say the date of his?
He is May 2022.
Oh,
Andy
he was,
Rux.
he was May 2022.
He is the last person. He expires May 2022. Is that what you're
22 was last year.
22 was last year. Oh,
That's right.
he's already
expired. Sorry.
Okay, so technically, no one on the board is
Has
still
been
active.
reappointed. Thank
Okay,
you.
okay.
Sorry.
All right, okay.
I make a motion to abolish the cable commission.
We're abolishing
Story
you,
of my
Walter.
life
We
right
are
there.
abolishing you, my
Okay.
friend.
You only knew the power you'd had for the last year. You could've made some serious
All right.
Oh, I should have June 1. I should have
I have a motion to abolish Walter from Nick and a second from, I think Ms. Andrews said second. Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
5-0. You're fired.
You no longer have a board to be a liaison
Oh,
for.
no.
And with that, we are adjourned.